Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by, but if you're a returner, it is always nice to have you back. This video is going to be another monthly recap. Yes, it is a while since the last one that I did for January of 2023, but you know what? Better late than never. So, starting off with all the amazing things that happened in February of 2023, our first category of events is AKA. I mean, if you have been following me for a long time, you know AKA is a very, very big part of my life. Even though I'm no longer the international second vice president, I still go to a lot of events. And that did not slow down in February of 2023 because we're still celebrating Founders Day. Yes, I know. Founders Day is January 15th, but we like to celebrate for a little bit longer. So we had even more Founders Day events to go to, some of them with my mom and just the two of us. Sometimes we would take other people with us or we would be meeting people there. And the one that was very, very special, where I served as a guest speaker alongside my mom, was the Eta Iota Omega chapter retreat and Founders Day luncheon. So it was not just a little one-day event that we drove to. We went for the entire weekend. We stayed in a hotel. We were able to take part in the sistership, the fellowship, the games, prizes, competitions, all of that with the chapter members of Eta Iota Omega. And you're like, okay, that's nice that you were able to be part of this chapter retreat for them, but what were you there for? My mom and I were serving as the guest speakers, hosting a pink table talk, like red table talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and her daughter and like all the celebrity guest judges not guest judges, all of the celebrity guests that they invite. We also did serve, because I almost forgot, my mom and we did serve as celebrity judges for their fashion show. So that was very good. I made an entire video about that, and it was special because we were able to get up there and talk about the importance of sisterhood within Alpha Kappa Alpha and how it, yes, can be among people who are around your same age, but it is intergenerational because within the sorority, we advocate for lifelong active membership. You're not going to just be working and talking with undergraduates or freshly graduated or silvers or goldens or whatever it is that you are. You have to be able to hold that sistership with anyone within the sorority, and that's what we were talking about. So very good. If you would like to see more of that, you can go check out that video. The next Founders Day event was the Kentucky Founders Day event, where my mom and we got up and we drove down to Kentucky, where we picked up Charlene Truitt Nelson. I love her. We sit on the International Former Directorate Leadership Leadership Committee together. So we picked her up on the way and then we kept driving down to Kentucky. You might know, I used to live in Kentucky. My mom used to be a chapter president in Kentucky, and this was hosted by the Pi Lambda Omega chapter. And yes, you did have one chapter hosting the statewide Founders Day celebration, so it was very big. They had so much going on, so many people. They had a vendor section. I love the vendors. I love patronizing the vendors. I did patronize the vendors a little bit while I was there, but we had a very good time there. And then I also got a really nice gift when I was there. It was so cute. I was not expecting to be given a gift, but I mean, these are the kinds of things that happen when you open yourself up to going to events that are outside of your region, that are outside of your state. They just like making sure that you know that you are welcomed and that you are loved, and that's what I really appreciate. Also, the fact that, I was able to see so many people that were such an integral part of my life when we were living there from 2009 to 2014. Like, that's 5 years of my life that I spent there. And to be able to come back when I am an adult, I'm not just a member of the sorority, I am a graduate member of the sorority. It was a good feeling being able to reconnect with all of the people that I know, but have not been able to have that kind of relationship with because it wasn't my sorority, it was my mom's sorority. You see the distinction that I'm making? So I had a fun time. I also made a video for that experience, which I will put in the description. And the final thing, at least when it comes to me for AKA, is getting ready for regional conference season. Regional conference season, we're still in the middle of it at the time that I'll be releasing this video, but regional conference season is a very big part of the AKA calendar. And I mean, it's thousands of members going to 10 different cities across the United States and doing the business of Alpha Kappa Alpha. When you are gone for 3, 4, 5 days, however long it is that you are attending, you need to make sure that you have everything with you, that you're ready, that you have packed well. So I did make a video about what to pack, and I've seen in the comments that people have been like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate having this. This has helped me pack. I feel a lot better knowing what it is that I should bring. So that's exactly what I want to see when I am making these kinds of videos. Another thing that happened during February 2023 is my mom and we had a little girls' night. My mom asked me if I wanted to go to see a play at Playhouse Square with her, and I was like, you don't want to ask Dad, because Dad was also home. It was in the middle of the week. And she was like, no, I'm asking you. You do love me. Okay. So we went to Playhouse Square to see Hadestown. Amazing play, amazing music, amazing costume design, amazing set design. I mean, it is Playhouse Square, so it's an expectation that everything is going to be amazing. But I don't think I've been to a play at Playhouse Square nope, that's a lie, because we saw Black Nativity, but that's not really a play. Besides Black Nativity, which I saw December, I probably haven't seen a play at Playhouse Square in like 10-ish years, maybe. That might be wrong, but it's been a while. So we had a very good time seeing Hadestown. The next section of things that were very important to this month has to do with medical school. And it was some ups and it was some downs. The downs were very down, but it's okay. It's okay. These things happen. It's what we expect. That's why we apply to many schools. So I got rejected from 4 of my schools, waitlisted to 3 of my schools, and I got accepted to 1 of my schools. I also got rejected the day after Valentine's Day, and it's like, ah, dang. I mean, thank you for not sending me the rejection email on Valentine's Day, because I already don't have someone to spend Valentine's Day with. But they sent it February 15th at like 8 a.m. Like they knew. They were ready. But it's okay. I looked at that rejection email and I was like, okay, let's head into work. But then I also got a really big, because like it's ups and downs and ups. So I got that down in the middle of the month, but at the end of the month, we were on a high note. So I ended up getting accepted to UNC Chapel Hill, and I received a call. So I'm sitting there at work waiting for the rest of my friends to finish up, because we always like to make sure that everyone's ready to go, or if there's anything that needs to be done. So I'm sitting there looking at my phone. I get a phone call, and because of like the time in the process that I'm in, if I get a phone call, I answer, because many of the schools say, we will have someone from our admissions committee call you. We will have someone who interviewed call you. We will have the dean call you. And it's just something to be prepared for in these 2 to 3 months. So I answer, hello? Hello, Jasmine. I'm insert name here from the person. You might not remember me, but I interviewed you, and I just have some very nice information to let you know. You got accepted to UNC Chapel Hill Medical School. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Meanwhile, remember, I'm at work. it is the end of the day, so it's not like there is anything going on. But I'm like doing my little celebration dance. I'm like yelling across the hall to let my friends know I got into UNC medical school, and it's just a good feeling. So downs and ups, these things happen. And also this was when the bulk of my acceptances, waitlists, and rejections came in. And it was really starting to set in, like, oh, I have options that are starting to build up. I have some very tough decisions that are going to have to be made. Not even the prospect, because it's not a prospect anymore. I am going to medical school, but the reality of medical school keeps marching closer and closer and closer and closer. And it's like, whoo, okay. First thing I have to do is decide where I want to go. And I was still waiting to hear back from some schools, so I just had to remain patient and just keep waiting because the best was yet to come. I also went on another self-care solo date. So you all seem to really like the last one that I did. And I thought, you know what? I feel like treating myself again. I want to do something nice for myself, make myself feel like I am loved, because I love myself. How could I not? And I am going to plan myself another self-care solo date. So I went to the Cleveland Museum of Art. I went to the Cleveland Botanical Gardens to see Orchids Forever. Orchids are my favorite flower. I love them very much. You're probably looking at this down here. It's been there the entire video. This is what I got at Orchids Forever. I can't remember if I paid $25 or $35 for this, but it is alive. Look at it. I have not killed this yet. I'm very proud of myself. For $25 or $35, it better stay alive. And it's not just surviving, it's thriving. So when I got it, because keep in mind, this is February, so this was like a month ago. When I got it, which ones is it? When I got it, this one right here had not yet opened up, and that one hadn't opened up either. But now they're blooming, so that lets you know I'm making sure that it lives, it's not dying on me, and orchids pretty much live forever. And I think I'm going to name it Fae, short for Phalaenopsis, which is the scientific name for orchids. So Fae is beautiful, Fae is doing her thing. I also want to talk about two other things that I saw on my self-care solo date. So when I was at the museum, and I was in the armory room, there was a group of probably 15 people in pairs. So it couldn't be 15, but you get what I mean. So a group of people comes in, everyone's in pairs, and it is someone with normal sight has their arm around someone who is blind. The reason why you can tell is because they have the white canes with the red tips, and then many of them also had sunglasses on. And the person that they were paired with was leaning in and explaining to them what it is that's in the armory room. So I saw that when I was there, and I was like, oh my God, because you don't really think about how someone would be able to enjoy the arts if they can't see them or if they have very limited view. But seeing that lets you know that there is not a barrier, and that they have programs set in place. Because I was trying to listen into what it is that like the tour guide person was saying. It seems like that is something that was offered by the museum, that they are dedicated to making it accessible to everyone regardless of their abilities. And then another thing that happened when I was on my self-care solo date, because I was asking people to take pictures of me since I was alone. I took some good pictures, but one of the pictures I asked this two ladies if they would take a picture of me, and she was like, ooh, someone's gonna feel really special when they see this video. This picture, I didn't tell her that I don't have a boyfriend, but I was like, yeah, they'll feel so special. Meaning you all, because you all are the ones that see the picture. But getting that little reaction. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. And yeah, so I had a great time on my self-care solo date. I'm going to keep doing that. I want to make it more of a regular thing, not just something that I do every 2 to 3 months, but that takes planning and that takes time, which it is something that I want to make time to do for myself because I love myself and I want to make sure that that is shown in those acts of gift giving and quality time with myself, because those are the 2 love language that I believe are being spoken in those self-care solo dates. And then in February 2023, that was also when my YouTube channel crossed 1,500 subscribers. So yay, another milestone has been reached and things are going great. So thank you very much for watching this monthly recap for February of 2023. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.